At JFK International Airport, a team of officers quietly prepares. A flight from the Dominican Republic is about to land. One name on the manifest has caught their attention. A woman flagged for suspicious travel. As passengers disembark, the officers take their positions. Among the crowd, she steps out of the jetway. That alone is a red flag. She walks with a slight limp, claiming her leg was bumped. But her brace is on the opposite side. Something doesn't add up. She's watched carefully as she heads toward immigration. Her body language is restless. She keeps peeking around. Nervous, guarded. The officers exchange glances. The pieces are beginning to fall into place. Nearby, another passenger steps up to an officer. He's arriving from Mexico. The conversation is brief. But the concern isn't. Methamphetamine is a rising threat at this airport, and agents are on edge. The southern border is no longer the only pipeline. Meth is finding new paths. Through air travel, mail, and commercial cargo. In Atlanta, another Homeland Security unit is gearing up. They've caught wind of a possible meth deal. Intelligence is thin. All they know, a female suspect is delivering a large quantity of methamphetamine. Surveillance units take up positions around a Panera Bread near the interstate. A white van pulls into view. It matches the vague description. The team prepares to intercept if the transaction unfolds. Back at JFK, officers escort the suspicious woman to secondary screening. They begin routine questioning. Purpose of trip, contents of bag, medications, insurance, details. She claims she traveled for a cortisone shot to treat knee pain, but the airfare she paid over $1,500. Makes no sense. The shot could have been obtained locally for a fraction of the cost. When pressed, she admits to seeing someone in the Dominican Republic. The lie unravels further. She's escorted to a private room for a pat-down. But before the search begins, she suddenly asks to use the restroom. Officers know this move. Smugglers sometimes try to flush contraband before it's found. The bathroom is secured. She's watched closely. She doesn't urinate. Minutes pass. Officers grow more suspicious. Then she collapses. A dramatic fall. Slow and exaggerated. EMS is called, but the officers aren't buying it. The woman is stalling. They know she's hiding something, and it's likely inside her body. EMTs arrive and begin checking her vitals. Officers stay alert. The woman is diabetic, and her blood pressure is high. That much is real. But this isn't just a medical case. The risk is deadly if narcotics are inside her body. A single ruptured balloon could be fatal. The officers try to talk her down.com/firm. They ask if she's hiding anything internally. She stays quiet. Time is running out. The team decides. She'll be taken to the hospital. There, X-rays will reveal the truth. There's no escaping inspection, even under medical care. Meanwhile, the Homeland Security Task Force in Atlanta gets a break. A white van pulls into the shopping center. A woman exits and walks into a business. Agents move into place. Moments later, the van leaves. Troopers follow. The stop is quick and clean. In the center console, a loaded .38 caliber pistol. And in the back of the van, dozens of sealed packages. A K-9 circles the van and alerts. Officers move in. They tear into a cardboard box. Inside, multiple kilos of pure methamphetamine. Shards of crystal glisten under the lights. The count begins. 20 kilos. Maybe more. Both driver and passenger are arrested. The woman faces trafficking charges. The man will also face weapons violations. Another major seizure. Another pipeline shutdown. For now. Back in New York, the woman suspected of internal concealment is taken for scans. Her vitals are monitored constantly. The officers stay by her side. If she's carrying, every minute counts. X-ray results are clear. She has multiple balloons of cocaine inside her. She's given the chance to remove them herself. Slowly, she produces one, but she admits there's another still lodged internally. The risk grows. Doctors are called. They confirm. The remaining balloon is hardened from moisture exposure. It won't come out isolate. Every moment increases the danger. Finally, after tense waiting, the medical team succeeds. The final balloon is extracted without rupture. The threat to her life in the streets is neutralized. Back at JFK, the woman sits quietly in a processing room. She's exhausted, emotionally drained. The high-stakes deception has ended. But for officers, the mission is just beginning. She admits it's not her first time. She's smuggled before, and successfully. Each trip funded by someone else. Her sponsor. Her sugar daddy. She thought a hospital trip might help her escape. It didn't. She thought collapsing might delay the search. It didn't. Now, she's turned over to HSI custody. Her future will be decided by the courts. But the damage this time was prevented. Meanwhile, in another part of the terminal, agents are working a different case. A man arrives from Colombia. His behavior is odd, nervous, sweating, evasive. But he claims it's just nerves. A long flight? A new country? Personal reasons? Maybe more. Officers dig into his story. He says he visited a friend. A boyfriend. Actually, they met online. Stayed together. He carries hard drives, electronics, photos. Too many to ignore. Officers have seen this before. Sex, tourism, legal in some places, but often tied to exploitation, sometimes even trafficking. They begin combing through his devices. Photos, videos, messages, explicit content, dozens of women. Most appear to be adults. No child pornography is found, but questions linger. Why so much? Why hide it? The man is released. His device is checked, his story confirmed. It's disturbing, but not illegal. For the officers, this job isn't always black and white. They're not the moral police. But every lie, every inconsistency, can be a window into something far darker. Later, news comes in. The final cocaine balloon was removed successfully. No rupture, no permanent damage. The woman will face charges, but she's alive. And the narcotics, out of circulation. Another battle won. In a war that never ends, the day isn't over. Agents in Atlanta return to the precinct. The meth they seized is laid out for testing. Blue indicator dye reacts instantly. Positive for methamphetamine. Every brick weighs heavy, over 1 kilo each. 25 kilograms, in total. Street value, massive. But this bust is more than a statistic. It's a message. The drugs came from Mexico, hidden in a work van, slipped through states. Miles of highway. It could have landed in any neighborhood, any school, but not today. Not this shipment. Today, the system worked. Back in New York, officers debrief. Paperwork is filed. The woman is in custody. She'll face federal charges and likely prison time. She was calm now, quiet, no more collapsing, no more games. Her tactic was dangerous, carrying inside her body. If one balloon had broken, she wouldn't be facing court. She'd be in a coffin, but she survived. And this time, she was caught. For the agents, there's no celebration, no fist bumps or victory laps, just a quiet pride. Another load stopped, another risk averted, another human life saved, even if she doesn't realize it yet. And tomorrow, they'll do it all again, because somewhere, another flight is landing, another passenger is hiding something, and another team is watching. Always, at another checkpoint, inside the terminal, a man stands quietly while officers scroll through his passport. He's just returned from Colombia, a frequent destination in smuggling and trafficking cases. On the surface, nothing seems abnormal, but something about his behavior triggers the agent's instincts. He's sweating slightly, his eyes darting during questions. He says he was visiting a friend they met online. This wasn't his first time visiting, but his story feels rehearsed. The officers begin checking his bag. Inside, hard drives, multiple electronics, and dozens of travel photos. They ask for passwords. He hesitates, but eventually, he gives in. As files begin loading, it becomes clear. The content is deeply personal. Explicit images, multiple women, several folders. Most photos show adults, but agents have to be sure. They scan ID photos. They check metadata. Each image is examined in detail. The man appears nervous, but not combative. The officers tread carefully. They're trained not to judge, but to verify. Colombia is known for legal sex tourism, but legality doesn't guarantee safety or ethics. One folder raises eyebrows. A woman holding up her ID. Her age, 22. But why the IDs? Why they need to prove anything? The officers press further. They ask about the purpose of his trip. He admits it was for sex. No crime there. But the volume of content, the secrecy, the reluctance to talk, all of it paints a murky picture. They dig deeper, searching every file, every drive. But in the end, no child pornography is found. No trafficking evidence. No illegal material. He walks free, but not without leaving questions behind. For the officers, this is common. People hide, people lie. But the job is about truth. Even when it's As the day winds down, the officers at JFK move through their final rounds of processing. The passenger from Colombia is cleared and released, but not forgotten. His story joins dozens of others, each one logged, reviewed, and quietly remembered. Meanwhile, the smuggler who collapsed hours earlier sits in a holding cell. She's calm now, the panic gone. Her body language says everything. She knows the outcome. There's no more pretending. She thought the trip would be easy money. She was wrong. Doctors extracted the final balloon. Hardened, dangerous, moments from bursting. Had it ruptured, she'd have died before anyone could help. She avoided death by inches, but not justice. Charges are filed. A courtroom awaits. Down in Atlanta, the meth bust reaches its conclusion. 25 kilos of narcotics. A loaded firearm. 2 suspects behind bars. Lab tests confirm the drugs, purity. The van is impounded. Reports are finalized. Another case closed. Yet for every win, agents know the fight continues. The system catches many, but not all. Shipments still get through. Others try different routes. Creativity in smuggling is endless, so vigilance must be, too. Inside the terminal, officers reset. Another plane lands. Another story begins. There's no applause, no audience. Just quiet moments between action. In those moments, the agents breathe, reflect, and prepare. The mission never ends. The stakes never lower. Drugs, lies, human risk. It all keeps coming. and so do they. If this story pulled you in, if you felt the pressure building with every search and every heartbeat behind the badge, then don't just scroll by. Subscribe for more real-life like the video to show support for the brave agents on the front lines, and share this story, because the more people know, the harder it is for smugglers to hide. This isn't fiction, this is the border. And the next case is already boarding.